25 different competitions, 200 of the world's biggest clubs, 2,000 of the world's best gamers, and $270 million in prize money, 1,000 of the world's best gamers, incredible $70 million in prize money up for grabs. 2025 Esports World Cup live from Riyadh. One incredible World Cup trophy. This is the 2025 Esports World Cup live from Riyadh.
Let's get it. No time off, no days off. But we still back like we never left. We back for the struggle, we better prep. We as good as they come and it's gonna get no days off. The best of us still back like we never left. We back for the struggle, we better prep. We as good as they come and it's gonna get. Watching us see the best of what we roll. The rest let them play, let them carrying away like a kickstand. Cause if we don't carry it, others might be watching us. We singing like big thing. Time is everything, there is no time at what time with the right. Cause that's the vote. You said we might shine with the best.
Welcome to EWC Spotlight here in our state-of-the-art studio at Boulevard City, where for the next 7 weeks we'll be bringing you all the action from the 2025 here in our state-of-the-art studio tonight at Boulevard City, where for the next 7 weeks ceremony we'll be bringing you all the action from the 2025 experts and of course some of the biggest stars from the world of opening ceremony. We'll be joined every Friday, Saturday and Sunday throughout the tournament, bringing you all some of the biggest stars from the world live finals as they happen. We'll be live with you every Friday, Saturday and Sunday throughout the tournament. Don't worry if you're new to gaming, because we've got live finals as they happen, as well as some fun
Welcome
along
to the Esports
way. And
World
don't
Cup,
worry if you're new to gaming, because we've got you covered.
Waged over 7 action-packed Welcome to the featuring the world's best players competing in the best esports competition. Waged over 7 of our life-changing prize featuring the world's best players competing in the best games. There's a ton of money on the line, so let's break it down. Life-changing prize pool. $44 million will be split across. There's a ton of money on the line, so let's break it down. Achievements, with the remaining 27, $44 million will be split across clubs across all qualifiers in the club championship, with the remaining 27 the best esports club in the world clubs across all tournaments. In the club championship will be no easy crown the best esports club in the world. However, throughout the Esports World Cup, earning that title will be no easy based on their placement in each title. Performances from global music mining community tournaments and creator meet and greets to all-star show matches and live performances from global music rise above and write their place in history. Watch it all here at the Esports World Cup. Who will rise above and write their place
Tonight
in history?
We'll be bringing you
Watch
all the action
here
from the official opening ceremony, including plenty of celebrity talent who will be stopping by. Tonight we'll be bringing you all the action from the official opening ceremony, including plenty of celebrity talent who will be stopping by and talking to our roving reporter, Betty Glover.
Hello and welcome to the red carpet at the Esports World Cup. This, everybody, is where all the magic is going to be happening. Later on, we are going to be seeing performances from Post Malone as well as some other world-class singers. But let me talk you through how this World Cup red carpet is going to be working then. Well, firstly, the stars are going to come in via their cars and get out here. Then, if you follow me, let's go over here, everybody. They're then going to go into the glam bot over there. That is a red carpet staple, isn't it? And then, if we come over here, the big stars, are going to be getting their photos done right in front of this wall. I can tell you that we are ready to go. We are going to be speaking to some big names here tonight. Magnus Carlsen doesn't get much bigger than that when it comes to the world of chess, does it? MS Dossery as well. He is going to be here and talking to us, as well as His Royal Highness. I, for one, cannot wait. We are ready to go. The lights are on and the red carpet has been hoovered.
No, absolutely right, Betty. We cannot wait. It's going to be a sensational evening. I'm delighted to say joining us to discuss it, Ian Chambers, of course, presenter here at the EWC, and joining us, two of the best YouTubers in the world, biggest YouTubers in the world, Chunks and AJ Shabil. How you all doing?
Good, man. Can't complain. Happy to be here in sunny Riyadh. Just excited, man. Can't lie.
It's incredible. You get the feeling, don't you, just what a big event it is. So many fans here beside us and inside the arena for a little bit later on where they're going to have a huge opening ceremony.
It's massive, isn't it? I mean, when have you ever seen an event of this size done on such a massive scale for gaming? Like, me personally, as part of the esports scene, it's just a joy to watch. And we were just chatting a minute ago, AJ, about how big it feels and how excited you are to see it all unfold.
Yeah, I was here last year, and
Valorant.
I'm just happy to be here.
Nice and
You're big, absolutely incredible. There's going to be, of course, plenty of twists and turns along the way. Do you like gaming yourself? You play?
He's the bigger gamer. He's the biggest gamer in space. Yeah, Valorant.
Guys,
just talk to him nice and proper.
You're a big Valorant man, yeah?
I'm a big Valorant
Battle Royale, man.
And I'd just like to put that out there. I was immortal, guys. Just, you know. Guys, just calm down, guys. You know, I do play a lot of games. Could I have done esports? Maybe not. Maybe not that good. But, you know, we all try.
It's funny, isn't it? Because you think you're really good. And then you see the professional players and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was.
It's a whole different game.
It is, different ball game.
You start to see, by the way, you know, you say it's leveled up. Things are incredible this year. We're going to get an example of that a little bit later on this evening with the opening ceremony. You know, ever thought about it yourselves? You know, Beta Squad has a great relationship with the esports community, whether you might be a CEO of a team, maybe run a team in the future.
Definitely sounds like a vibe. Why not? I'll be up for that because I'm good at giving, you know what I mean, good moral coach. I can speak to the players, but when it comes to playing the actual game, I'll leave it to the professionals.
You're an inspirational character. If there were to be a CEO of one of these esports World Cup teams, would it have to be Chunks?
Yeah, I think he's got it in him. And also, if the game was Clash Royale, I think he would be the man to play.
See Clash Royale? That's my game.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's his game. So get him into esports there.
What would you call the team? Would you call it Beta Squad?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Expand the brand.
Yeah, come on, expand it.
For those unfamiliar, Ian, of course, it's almost like the Olympic Games of esports, isn't it? We're talking about teams here. Yes, there are individual players who we do in their sports, but of course, there is that wider carrot that we saw, the $7 million prize for that team who can make it right to the top of the leaderboard in 7 weeks' time.
Yeah, I mean, the total prize pool is $70 million. Wow. And then we talk about the individual games that all have a trophy on the line, but let's just talk about this club championship prize pool, that total amount of $7 million dished out to the organization that comes out on top. And those points are tallied up by, if you come and finish high in one of the games, you get specific club championship points. Now the team at the very end of the entire tournament, club championship points. Now the team at the very end of the entire tournament that has the most amount of points is crowned our club champion. And you don't just get all of that moolah slotted into your bank account. You become legends. We saw that with Falcons last year. You know what I'm saying?
Have you been spending some time here a little bit walking around? Because, you know, we can see, of course, some of the fans here who've come this evening. but lots more going on. We saw the red carpet. There's going to be a huge event, sold-out event here a little bit later on. Do you feel a buzz around the place?
Yeah, 100%. I'm seeing the vibes are incredible. I've got to know a little bit about the teams here. Falcons, I'm hearing they're the GOATs right now. Yeah, so obviously I'm Team Falcons because, you know what I mean, Glory Hunter. I just like to support the best team. So far, you know what I mean, Falcons, I'm invested.
And you know we said there's going to be a celebrity flavour to the red carpet a little bit later on, including both of you. So we're just saying we got some superstars beside us right now. I mean, you can kind of be self-deprecating a little bit, but you know we're going to have you down there a little bit later on. What are you expecting to see when you hit the red carpet?
Well, I've met a lot of people here who also obviously enjoy games and stuff, and usually I'm hiding away in my room playing games, so it's nice to actually meet everyone. But I'm hearing some rumors of some people being here. I'm not going to say anything, but CR7 I heard is in the building. I'm not sure if that's true.
We've got no idea at this point in time. We should wait and see if there are any special surprises a little bit later on.
But it's crazy. You'll see it when you're driving into the boulevard. You're seeing pictures of Ronaldo everywhere because that affiliation with the Esports World Cup. It's crazy to see CR7. What game do you think he plays? What do you think? It's got to be.
I don't think he has time. I think he runs outside non-stop. That guy is an athlete.
He's got time. He goes straight to his team. He picks himself. He starts scoring goals. That's just who he is. That's just who he is.
Yeah, fair enough.
And he hits his own celebration as well.
Seeing Post Malone as well.
Post Malone going to be incredible. You fan?
Yeah.
Big
come
fan.
On. Everybody is. You know what I mean? So excited to see that too. It's going to be a great night in general, man. I'm excited to be here.
It's going to be fantastic. The guys are going to stay with us for just a little bit as well. We are just under an hour away, actually, from that star-studded opening ceremony here in Riyadh. Months of planning and hard work will officially get underway. Here's just a little taste of how it's all come together.
Hey, it's Ariel. I'm the executive producer of the opening ceremony here at the Esports World Cup. I wanted to give you a little quick tour around backstage, so let's go in.
Working on the big stage is something that we all dream of our entire life. The possibility to tell stories that people will remember and telling those stories to passionate fans around the world, that's what we live for. And then the challenge of bringing hundreds of people together to try to build that moment up, all of that is both what's terrifying and what's absolutely the most privileged and amazing feeling.
We've always been about doing things that the world hasn't seen before. It's hard to understand.
We've created really dynamic storytelling mechanics. And while I can't take the camera and spin it around this way, really excited to get feedback and to see how our ideas on paper, massive set. Time people will come to look at the ceremonies for the Esports World Cup, similar to the way that they might look at the opening ceremony for an Olympic Games, that it has that sense of pageantry, but it connects. The thing that matters most is that the gamers, that you see something in there that you relate to, your game, your genre. And if you see that, then it's all been worth it.
So we got some clues there as to what we might see a little bit later on. It's going to be very interesting. Interesting to hear that the organisers here have worked together the halftime show at the Super Bowl, known as the biggest show on earth, of course. You been to a Super Bowl before?
I've been to a Super Bowl.
What was the halftime show like?
It was absolutely incredible. I think that was the one where there was 50 Cent. It was like Mary J. Blige.
Dre was there, Dre and Snoop.
Yes. Genuinely incredible day. So the fact that they're here to supervise this and actually organize this, I know it's going to be incredible.
Post Malone as well in the opening ceremony a little bit later on. Absolute superstar, traveling across the world to be with us as well. We're delighted to have him, but you're looking forward to seeing him, right?
You know, as I landed, I felt his aura. And I knew Posty was somewhere nearby. And I hope to see him later on tonight. I can't wait.
If you see him, are you going to call him Posty? Are you on that level?
Yeah, we're on that level. It's just me and my guy Posty.
You'll be escorted out of the building. I'll tell you that.
His presence, though, an indication of where this is going, but also the importance that the organisers want to show the global esports community, how much they value them as well.
It feels like there's going to be a tip of the hat to all the fans watching at home, because we've got 7 weeks of play here at the Esports World Cup, so many different games involved. And it seemed like what the creative director was saying there is that there's going to be elements for everybody. So keep an eye on it. When you get to see it live.
From the opening ceremony this time around, what do you think?
The thing is, when you come to Riyadh, you never know what to expect.
Expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected. I'm sure that you two, since you've already arrived, you've expected the unexpected, right?
I've been blown away already.
Yeah,
so
genuinely, yeah.
I can't wait.
I don't know what to expect. I just know it's going to be great.
Going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got it coming up for you just a little bit later on as well. We're going to be heading over to the red carpet now. We saw Betty just a little bit earlier on. We'll come back to her in a few moments' time. In fact, Betty, of course, trying to get to all of those stars, and there's going to be plenty of them out there. She'll just try and grab one at the right moment for us.
Absolutely. I don't think she'll have a tough time getting their hands on somebody of importance over there, because all eyes are on Riyadh right now for this opening ceremony, because we are kicking off the Esports World Cup in the biggest way possible.
Could you imagine Cristiano Ronaldo coming into a stadium and going, hey, it's Faisal's
Okay, let's
birthday,
head to
everyone
the
say
red
happy
carpet
birthday.
now to join
You can't do
Betty.
that.
Who's she got?
And so that connection to the fans,
Well, I'm very
to
pleased
the
to
fans and
say
the players,
that joining me
and that
now is
ability
His
to really
Royal Highness.
stake your claim
Hello, how are you?
two things that I just love
doing
about
very well,
gaming
thank you.
esports.
It's a pleasure to be here
It's
with
also
you.
sort of bringing not just the competitive side, but also the culture of sport together as well. How do you think that's going to be reflected here tonight?
Well, tonight, I mean, everything about this is a big event. It's a red carpet, but it's a very Saudi style. And it's part of what we get to bring to the table. It's a little bit of the fun, a little bit. Well, tonight, I mean, everything about this is a big event. It's a red carpet, but it's very Saudi style. And it's part of what we get to bring to the table. It's a little bit of the fun, a little bit.
My favourite part as well. Why have you guys decided to do that?
Well, we wanted the opportunity. When you look at any other industry in the world, they talk about gamifying that industry, making it a little bit more fun. And I often ask you, why isn't anyone gamifying gaming? Why are we having a little bit more fun in the event that brings so much joy to the world? We were trying to figure out what could we do to add a little bit more of the competition, a little bit more of the fun. And that moment, and I love every minute of it. And it's what's the event that brings so much joy. For me, that's the story of it's not just the handing over of the key. You wait all year to do that to someone else next year, and you don't want that to happen again. And it creates that storyline behind it that adds a little bit of intrigue, adds a little bit of fun, adds a little bit of competition, which at the end of the day is what esports is.
Brutal.
It absolutely is, and I love it.
And just finally, who do you think is going to win the whole thing?
Hard question to put on you, I think.
There's a lot of teams that have grown from last year, a lot of teams that have high expectations. I mean, obviously, we're looking at Team Falcons, who won it last year, homegrown team. Team Liquid are looking strong this year. AG Global has grown. T1 has grown. So I think, I'm not sure I could tell you who's going to win, but I can guarantee it's going to be a lot closer than it was last year.
That is what we like to hear. Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much.
Well, I'm not sure Betty expected to be screaming the word banger into His Royal Highness's face in that interview, but very interesting to show us how passionate he is about this.
He's the man. His Royal Highness, right? This is not a brag, guys, but I can admit I have been for dinner with this guy.
Mental.
Right? And he is the mastermind, the driving force behind of all of EWC. And he actually grew up, he loved the N64. Favorite game of all time, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. That may be a bit before your guys.
No, love it.
Oh, yeah? For real?
That's my favorite game.
You and His Royal Highness. 2 peas in a pod. But yeah,
There you go.
what a man. And he's responsible for all of this.
Absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a brilliant evening. You just got a sense of it a few moments ago. We're going to be back to the red carpet with Betty throughout the evening. And, of course, plenty of A-list guests to chat to. Up next, double Super Bowl winner OCU Manura and Tyler One will join us. And we'll check in with last year's champions, Team Falcons. We'll see you in a sec. Hello again, welcome back to the party. Plenty of fans making their way to Boulevard City for this year's Esports World Cup, and my team has expanded. Tyler One's joined us, so's OCU Manura, Chunks and AJ still here. We'll be back with the gentlemen in a few moments' time because, of course, this promises to be a truly special competition, intense rivalries out there, and last year it went right down to the wire. So let's remind ourselves of what happened just 12 months ago.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup. The biggest, largest, most valuable esports tournament that has ever existed in the face of this industry.
It's about the players. We want to make them stars.
Who now does have a kill. Oh, he's absolutely unbelievable.
Neymar, he's now left hand like
Well,
On a bit of a hot streak off of their win from a couple of games ago.
look who's coming though. Team 2. That's Fnatic, the Falcons, they want to take out Banana Nation. Falcons are now the greatest Warzone trio the world has ever seen. Shanghai is your Esports World Cup champion! T1 will be your first Esports World Cup presenting League of Legends winners.
He gives us the high ground, beginnery, twisted minds with a sliver of high ground.
Cleaning up here. Blacklist International War 4.
There's a lion 12 to
Time NFL champion OCU Manura is here. And
been the top of it's the NFL, of course. It's one of those games. But what is your relationship like with the game? Cousins, family members, whoever's playing, and of course, so many of us have played it. Huge realm of gaming with the titles. Listen, Cowboys. Yeah, like I said, you guys added so much more this year. I wonder what next year's going to
Our CEO right now is Msaad Dosri, and he's the FIFA World Champion back in 2019.
Being a CEO as a player gives me a competitive edge. I think it helps me a lot into knowing how the players think.
Falcons is definitely one of the first teams that have opened its doors to having females. We want to set an example that females can work in esports as well.
This year gonna be tough. I can tell everyone that we are ready. We upgrade the teams. We enter the new games.
EWC is a very special event for the players and the organization as well.
Our goals for EWC is do or die.
Falcons is definitely built on the fact that we have the best of the best.
I've always wanted people to remember Team Falcons as the team who would always win. And it's my job to ensure we deliver that.
They've been absolutely fantastic. They're hometown heroes, Chunks. They've got an incredible backing here. I'm sure you've met many, many fans here. You've been to the country, of course.
I'm a fan myself.
Before. You're a Falcons fan,
Yeah, I told you today I changed. I'm a Falcon fan now.
He's a glory hunter, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I am.
But one of the big things is it may well make a difference in that arena that you have that support, that backing, that noise behind you.
100%. I think home advantage always helps, and the fact that they've won it last year and they're known maybe to be one of the best teams, hopefully that can actually push them to get another dub this year. That's the aim for them.
They're aiming, yeah, as you mentioned, to win once again. OC, how do you build a dynasty? I'm sure it's something you at the Giants at least attempted to do.
Never actually built a dynasty, but what we did was we were able to build a consistent team over a long period of time. You have to have the teammates. You have to have the people who believe in the vision, who believe in the mission, who believe in what the coach is trying to preach. And if you do that, you have the ability to win consistently. You don't want any little fracturing. You don't want people gathering in little groups, talking amongst themselves, trying to destroy the chemistry of the team. That chemistry is absolutely critical.
One of the things they did last year was get out in front early. Bit like the NFL season, you want to get those wins on the board nice and early. It made a big difference, but also, of course, the pressure is then on your opponents in the later stages of the competition.
Exactly. Everything moves to the opponent now. In the beginning, you want to win. In the NFL, we like to break it down into 4 quarters. So the first 4 games, you want to get out to a 3-1 start. Second, 4-1, and keep on going that way. And then at the end of the season, you're actually in the driver's seat.
Tyler, it was an incredible showing, as we can see from Team Falcons last year on the podium in no less than 10 competitions. How do they set the standard even higher?
I mean, I'm going to tell you this. First of all, there is absolutely home field advantage here. These Falcon fans are screaming every single game. It doesn't matter if you're playing Fatal Fury to League of Legends or anything like that. They are out there supporting them. So I think as long as they keep that up and the fans keep showing out for these guys, I think they're probably going to be the favorites.
How do they, though? How do they build on it? Because everyone else is trying to chase. They'll be making recruitment during the interim 12 months of trying to get better players onto their team. Obviously, Falcons look like they got the pick of the players out there, but everyone trying to incrementally close that gap. How do the others do it?
So they're going to have to find a way to find better players than the Falcons. I guess that's just what it boils down to.
Truly, is
it's that simple, right? You got to find players in every single game that are better than the opposites of the Falcons. Because the Falcons do have weak points. It's not like they're strong in every single game. Some people, I don't believe they have a league team. So that's a free points for T1 or Team Liquid's. Team Liquid has an extremely strong chess team. So maybe you got to give the Falcons Call of Duty, give them all these games that they're really good at, and focus on other esports.
The other thing, of course, is that they want to win a competition. You know, the more of those first place finishes you get, it puts you higher up that leaderboard as well. You get out nice and early, you get those victories. Maybe you can manage your way to the top of the leaderboard in the closing stages. It's going to be really interesting to see how the players deal with individual pressure.
Yeah, you know what my favorite part is? When they're breaking each other's trophies. When they're smashing them down, and you look at your opponent that you've beat, and you take their trophy, and you absolutely smash it.
But I think that will actually add a new dynamic. We'll come on to it in more detail a little bit later on, but essentially, you get to send a message to one of the other teams by crushing their player piece.
That's crazy.
If you can do that, actually, a little bit later on in the competition, maybe people are out for revenge, and maybe that changes how they play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, if my piece was broken last year, I'd be coming back here with vengeance. Genuinely, I'd be looking at the exact guy who broke my piece, and I'd be trying to do it to him.
Okay,
So,
all right, we'll
that's the
see if
game
it
plan I
does
would have.
happen. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us. You're going to go off to the red carpet very, very shortly. Like I said, you're one of the celebrities. Are you putting on a tux to do so, or are you going?
I'm just going to go straight like this. I'm a bit underdressed, but I apologise. I apologise.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been really entertaining to have you with us, and hopefully you enjoy the Esports World Cup. Thank you very much indeed. Now, each week on our Spotlight Show, we're going to bring you the best of all of the action from around the Esports World Cup. One of the returning games this year is Apex Legends Global Series. Here's a little explainer on how the game works.
Apex Legends is a first-person shooter, or FPS for short, and is a team-based battle royale. This game is all about fast movement, teamwork, and gunplay. What sets this game apart? It's all about the legends. Unique characters with their own special abilities. There are 4 distinctive abilities. Attackers, who are built for aggressive play. Defenders, who set traps or block enemy movement. Healers, who can revive teammates and restore health. And finally, scouts, who gather intel to help the team outsmart their opponents. Each team comprises 3 players, and all players are dropped into a massive map to begin the match. The aim? Scavenge for weapons, gear up, and survive. Keeping to the Battle Royale theme, there's a ring that slowly closes in, squeezing everyone together. So no hiding and no waiting out. It's all about timing, tactics, and smart positioning. It's fast and it's chaotic. The goal is to be the last team standing. The game is on.
You are the Apex champion.
So the gentleman beside me just getting reacquainted. Ian's come back in to join us. Apex Legends, absolutely huge game in the esports community. Tyler, how would you describe the game itself?
Okay, Apex Legends is like a youngin' game, in my opinion. The movement you need on that game is crazy. These kids are hyped up on caffeine and like just going crazy on there. That's what I say. It's not your average slow shooter, not at all.
It's a game of strategy a little bit as well. Team performance very much important too. OC, of course, you've been on 2 very successful teams. Communication, decision making, relationships. How important is it?
The most important thing. A lot of people don't understand that about football. The communication between the players, the communication between the teammates is what actually allows teams to excel. If you can't do that, if you can't talk amongst yourselves, the defensive line is giving calls to the linebackers are giving calls to the DBs. The quarterback, which has to communicate everything with his receivers. Everybody has to be on the same page.
I just need to take a moment here because we are relating esports to a Super Bowl champions experience. Yeah. This is a big moment for me. This feels good. You two, you were just literally chatting just off camera a second ago. Are you a big fan, or did he break your heart a couple of times?
Okay, I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, a huge Tony Romo fan.
Yeah,
he's my favorite player of all time. Dallas Cowboys quarterback. He played a lot of D-line against Tony Romo, chased him a lot, beat the Cowboys a lot, and won 2 Super Bowls in the same division as the Cowboys. So it's kind of like, a little bit of beef between us, but I didn't fight for the team. But if the Cowboys were to win, I'd be like, well, we won. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So,
they haven't won in a long time. It's been a long time.
You don't got to tell me. I already know this, man, okay? 30 years.
Tyler's brought the guns as well to this as well, so a little bit intimidating right now.
Yeah, I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym.
But I will say this, though, Ian, since I've been here, I have noticed those similarities.
Yeah.
It's not really as different as most people think. The things that are necessary to win in the E-games are the exact same things that are necessary to win on the football field.
Amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. And just very quickly on Apex, talked about that communication, that OC had encountered during his sporting career, but on this game in particular.
Yeah, there's like the shot colors on Apex Legends, I think, are the absolute premium. And so yes, there's a team, but whoever's calling the shots, they have to be precise. And I think that is whichever team has the better shot caller is the better team that is going to win.
It's split decisions as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Vital.
Exactly. And the shot caller is the one that is saying that out loud.
Yeah.
We're going here right now. And if they're not there right then, I mean, they're going home. So
communication's key, Hugh.
Yep.
All right, we'll have our eyes closely on it. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll be back to the red carpet very shortly as well. We're going to tell you why the winner's trophy would be like a dagger to the heart for the losers. That's next. Year's Esports World Cup. Now, following that, the crowd here in Saudi will be treated to a special live performance from Post Malone, a man with no less than 18 Grammy Award nominations. But how's his gaming? Well, he took to the stage and we stuck him in a driving rig. Take a look at this. Ian, what do you make of it? Is he any good?
You know what? We're all gamers at heart, right? I think everybody at some point has got stuck into a video game. It looks like he's playing Apex here, actually.
Yeah.
And I did hear that he's pretty good at this, and you can see with his headphones on, he's locked in, and as Tyler was saying, you can see he looks like a strong communicator there.
Riyadh. Use gaming and in other careers, exactly, a musical superstar, global star, but using it just to relax, to chill as a hobby. You'll be surprised how many people all over the world use gaming as that release.
Yeah, I mean, footballers and soccer players and everybody all over the world who plays competitively. For some people, it's a way to take that competitive edge off and relax, but here it's the opposite. This is where people are competing in video games at the highest level.
Well, if he was any good, there's going to be a few big figures looking out for some new talent. Let's head back to the red carpet to speak to Betty, who may well have one of them alongside her.
MS Dasari, thank you so much for joining me. How are you feeling? Are you excited?
Yeah, I mean, it's a new EWC. We're really excited. We've been working for the last month, probably. So excited that it's finally came, and we're looking forward to have the same success as we did.
Yeah, I bet you are. Look, it is the second edition. It is bigger, it is better this year. What do you think's changed?
I think the arenas is now better, the capacity, everyone knowing how the format is, a lot of tougher teams as well who've done their best. New games, which is people love to see as well, big games, chess, Valorant. So I think everyone here is looking for more and more, and everyone will compete for the title.
Look, you are the chairman of the Falcons as well. We know they are incredibly successful. Of course you're hoping to win it again, but what makes the Falcons so good?
I think just...
How important is that? Because you're going into these arenas and it's so intense, isn't it?
It's a huge factor, and I think even the model of EWC and how it should even more for the players, because I've never organizations more and more. And that's why we have a team of a whole psychologist, which is around 6-7 people who would be around here to help and support the players. And this is obviously what we care about the most, which is our players to be in their best.